understand anything. But there's a lady, about mid-40s, never been employed, high school graduate. She went to Manila. She came from a province of about maybe 300 kilometers from Manila to claim his six-figure check. I'm going to tell you my story, okay? Just for short, 2 minutes. And my life never been the same. She's showing me a check that the kind of check that I make in 1 year, she's only making it in 1 month. So she saves 11 months, right? And can you imagine, she's just a high school grad, never been to college. So I said to my father, you should have sent me to college because high school you can be successful. Why did you send me to college? So I ate my pride the same day. And she showed me a check. She's waving like this. And I was looking at it, following the check. That's the earning that I am making in 1 year. So I opened my mind, and my life never been the same. I started part-time. Lunch, after office hours, during weekends, and on the 90 days, after 90 days, I'm about to quit. Because nobody joined. I asked my father, I thought we're going to be rich. How come all my friends are gone? They don't even come to the meeting. I thought the business was easy. And I asked my father, what is my next move? And he told me, I don't know. So I have to support my father. Why? Because 3 reasons. Number one, he wanted to have a car. Because on going way back home, we're just commuting. And he said, who knows, we might be successful here. We're going to be buying our own house. Obviously, when we got home, the landlady is there. And always shout, oh, you're delayed again for 3 months. So we have difficulty making ends meet. And my mother working abroad. And the reason why I signed up is because he said, join me, who knows, we might get your mama be back home for good. That's what inspired me. That's my deepest why. My friends didn't understand why I'm doing this seriously. That's why the second year, I break my first million. In 8 months, I went full time. So can you imagine 22 years? I'm jobless, but I'm a billionaire. I don't have any boss. So I urge everyone here who are aged early 20s, this is the right time to create wealth. That is the right time to create wealth. And the bonus class here is you have a mentor. You have someone in your surroundings that made it to the top. And that's the best mentor. In any business, you need a mentor. So you're lucky because you're here. Many people, we cannot accommodate all the people or Kenyans here, right? So you're the one who are chosen. So that's the advantage of training, attending trainings. And when we created this company, it's not hard because we have 14-year experience. We failed a lot. I only not failed in my people because, of course, attrition is also happening anywhere. I failed in managing money. That's why for the second time around, I want to become a mentor of you, especially in terms of financial management. Can you imagine I have 6 cars in my garage during my time? 6 cars, different colors. It's a wrong move, right? Hey, you saw my video, right? Oh, that's my latest car, about 2 Ferraris already. So it's, it's not this, This is, it's a simple car. It's a selfish car. So, based on my experience over the last 12 years at Engr Global, I have seen top earners, top leaders on what they do over the next 30 days. So I compiled everything here for the things that you need to do for the next 30 days. It's just a skills. But if you do it with discipline every day, you will make it to the top. Because if you're a leader, people don't listen to what you hear, they see what you do. That's why all the same training that I attend, I always sit in front. When my downline see me, I always sit in front, even if I know that topic. You can never hear me say that, oh, I know that I know that already. No, I always sit in front. If I came late and I sit at the back, I pull my chair slowly, slowly, and then by the time I finish, I'm in front. Yes, because I have concentration issues. If someone will still stand up, I also stand. And then, what's he going? So I always make a habit that I sit in front. That's why everybody follow. And I heard them saying that, oh, upline is in front. Let's get inside and learn. He's already making big. How come he's still inside the room? And we are here chit-chatting with each other, gossiping. So that's the discipline that I developed for 3 years. Why work for 3 years? Why 3 years? Because on the first year you make money. Maybe this is the learning curve. The money that you make is, I can say, a luck money. You're just lucky. The real money comes on the second year when you start duplicating yourself. That's the real money. When you start, doing nothing and still the money keeps coming, that's what we call leverage. And on the third year, continue to do. Why? Because you have to teach those people who are just first year in the business. That's the first rule. And you know what? You do that straight for the next 3 years. And fourth year onwards, you don't have to work again for the money for the rest of your life. That's network marketing. 3 years straight. No excuses. That's why when I reached 28 years old, my group grew large as the biggest coliseum in Manila. Only my team. We wear yellow shirts. We call it achievers. Yeah, that's big. Can you imagine how small I am, but the group is big? That's matters, right? You agree? So I want you to focus on Engr Global for the next 3 years. Do not quit on the first 3 years. Any business, any traditional business, they made it on the fourth year. Because in the first year, if you don't make it, it's okay. On the second year, if you still don't make it, on the third year, if you don't make it, then you close. That's traditional business, right? But in Engr Global, you might fail, you might back to zero, but still, you don't go bankrupt. Because the easiest thing to quit is, we only have about how much? $200 to $300 investment. Doesn't matter, right? But if you have $3 million investment, you cannot just quit. You have to fight, right? You have to push, right? But you see, Engr Global is such an easy business that everybody can be involved. But the reason here why you want to become very successful, you should duplicate yourself. Everybody say duplicate. Yes. Now, if you want to work with me, I have requirements. My requirement is 5 things if you want to work with me. Because I am choosy when it comes to people. I don't want people with excuses. Because my time is very important. So if you're not interested, if this isn't interested, whom do you think I'm going to invest my time in? Of course, this guy is interested. That's why I left my friends. I create new friends. So if you want to be rich, change friends. Change your friends. Stick to people who associate yourself with people who want to become successful. That's a shortcut. So ladies and gentlemen, these 5 things will, remind you on if you're working with the right person. Number 1, should be confident. If I'm going to hire someone who is confident and with guy with skills, I will choose the guy with confidence. Second, capable. Everybody say capable. Capable. When I say capable, if I'm going to give you the brochures, the products, and you attended the marketing plan of Doc Butch and Miko, these people don't ask questions. And when they allow someone, they make presentation, and they sign up by themselves. That's capable. Number 3, committed. Everybody say committed. Committed. When the going gets tough, well, I like to go with the guy who will stay. Even the things are not going fine, he will stay. That's commitment. Even if it's inconvenient already, he's still committed. Number 4, of course, I want to work with someone who is coachable. When you say coachable, coach. Because you cannot reinvent the wheel. You have a system. Everybody says system. You have to unlearn what you have learned. You have to empty your cup. Because if you're an engineer, I'm an engineer. If I'm going to push my business with my lab, the way I knew what engineering is all about, I cannot use the engineering with network marketing. It's different. Right? This is a people's business. You have to take care of your attitude. You cannot be arrogant and pride. That's why I humble myself after 90 days because I'm about to quit. And what my father said, okay, you sit down at the seminar. He's my father. So I can say always yes. I always say yes. Because I live with this house. Might keep me in, right? So I always say yes. When my upline said attend training, I say yes. Bring people, I say always yes. Attend trainings, drop everything, follow upline, I always say yes. It's hard to say no because he's my father. I see him every day. And I apply that to my downline. They always say yes. That's why they become successful also. Huh? And last, the 5 that I want to share to you is he or she should be a good communicator. Everybody say good communicator. Good communicator. Oh, nandito pala. Coach John is a good communicator. Can we give him a big round also? Because, our company is balanced that we teach our people back home biblical way to become successful. And of course, you heard Nico, George, Arnel, they're a good communicator. They are not born public speaker, don't worry. Leaders are, developed. Okay? So you got that one now? Capable, confident, committed, coachable, and good communicator. That's the 5 things I see. I look for people who really want to work with me. I don't have time for bullshit. Seriously. That's my first thing, yes. For a year, on the 4th year, you can have fun. You can do whatever you like. There's so much freedom in the business. So the 12 years, I observed the people who become very successful at Engr Global. These are the things that I observe in what they do on a daily basis. Because the people that harvesting so much money now planted good seed on their first 3 years. You got that one now? So you work hard for the next 3 years, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, until 12, harvest time. So really, the struggle is within these 3 years. So if you make money within these 3 years, well, that's good for you. But don't stop. Don't stop if you're only on the 2nd year. You can stop on 4th year maybe. You can short your intensity a little bit. This is the time that you keep training your people, teach them, share them, your knowledge, your mistakes, your errors. And continue doing that because me, even if I'm already 24 already in the business, 24 years, I'm still passionate working with the new ones. Because this is the answered prayer for me. Because I asked him one day that, oh Lord, if I become very successful, I want to share my skills, my knowledge to people who are the first timers. Because I was like you, I was also a first timer before. Someone just teach me. So if you become billionaires, don't stop. Keep sharing, keep teaching. Because your once was a first timer. That's why the VIPs today are not the old ones. For me, the first timer. Yeah, give a big round of applause to the first timer. We have a value call that people who are very important in every training, the first timers. So never stop. Even if you're already a billionaire. Huh? Continue sharing. Now it's not hard because there's Facebook, there's social media, online. You can do remote trainings. Even if you're in Kenya, if you have a downline in Uganda or in Burundi or in Swaziland or maybe in Nigeria, you can do trainings even online. You don't have to come here or come to their place to train, right? Use the advantage of technology, right? But for us here, we love to do hand-on. We love to see you because we want to roll our sleeves and work together. We want to see you from scratch and one day become successful. We want to see that we want to witness those. Even your challenges, we want to be there. Can you imagine we're all just celebrating our, how many? 3 years? Here? 2nd year. See, 2nd year. We're already here. We don't want to wait people to come. We come here first. Because we want to observe why you're still small and one day we want to see you super big. It's a good deal, right? They're hands-on. So we're just starting. Kenya is just about, start, maybe it's just scratching the surface, but some of you are already making money, and you know, some of you are already successful. Can you imagine life's gonna be like after 5 years? Can you imagine if you make like 500,000 a month? Or maybe $1 million per month? Now you're shocked. Everybody's staring at me. Okay, my time is limited, so, okay, first thing. Nandito sa akin. Saan ito tulog? Okay. Oh, it's there. Get your camera so we can do it fast. Don't wait until you get a large group before becoming a leader. Is this right? Want to be a leader? Do you want to be a leader? Yes. Go grab enough responsibility that makes you feel like quitting every day and then don't quit. That's leadership. We're gonna squeeze you this time up to the last round, like a ketchup. Are you familiar with ketchup? See, books is here. Leaders arrive early at events and reserve seats on the front row for their group. So for the next 3 years, this will be our job, to reserve seats for the first time. Okay? You get that one? Okay, let's go fast. You just have a snapshot so you can have a copy. Number 4. It's here. Leaders build morale. Are you okay up there?
Yes.
Maybe you can try, doing like this at your seatmate so you won't get to sleep. Come on, you can do it. Build morale. Come on, you can do this. Stop sleeping. Okay. Number 5. Leaders have an impeccable appearance, even in jeans. You see, I'm wearing jeans. Then you can move even in jeans, right? You can strut along the way with jeans. Huh? One. Okay. Left. 5, number 4. 3. You're still number 3.
Yeah, he
I
is
am.
from
Okay. Ano ba?
move. The colors are contrast.
That one? Number 3. You're delaying everybody. Okay, now there you go. Sorry, a true leader realizes there is a difference between being a leader and being a leader of people. Maybe I'm fast. You got that one? Okay, next. Okay, now let's do it. Leaders build morale. We're finished here. Number 5, leaders have an impeccable appearance, even in jeans. But this is very important. Why? Because you have to walk, talk like a billionaire. Right? You have to be properly, hygiene. But I don't have a problem here in Kenya because you look good. Most of you look beautiful. Yeah.